Hi guys, today I'm going to teach you a little trick on covering your acne. Like, I hardly ever really break out, but I broke out right here and right here. I really don't have much breakout. I'll just kind of get one right there. And I do have very oily skin, it's just I do take care of it. I do clean my face quite often. I use all kinds of techniques, but for those times when something still gets through, I'll show you how to cover it up. First, take any kind of acne serum or any pads that you may want to use. Put that on before you make up. I'm using my Oxy. Remember, just because we're covering up doesn't mean we should stop, treating it or preventing it. Just go ahead and sweep it all over your face, especially the problem areas. Okay. Now I just let that dry. Okay, mine has dried, and now I'm going to put one of my acne primers on. This is Fusion Beauty Primer Results Acne Control Primer. And I kind of broke the pump on it because I dropped it, so I just take a little from the lid and put it around my problem areas. This should definitely be my chin. I normally just put them around the areas I'm breaking out the most in, which is definitely just around my chin area. Is my worst spot, so I always put a little there. And normally for the foundation like we're going to use, I would normally use airbrush if I have it, but I don't, and I know not a lot of people do. So just kind of get some on your fingers, rub. I'm going to pat it on the face, because sometimes smearing it with a brush will make it worse. It can make it the acne last longer and make it way worse than it should be. So once you have a majority on your face, you can just smooth it out. And I know like the light's bad because it's so cloudy today. I have to turn on the lamp. I mean the ceiling fan in the front room. The reason I kind of do pat it on is because sometimes the spots are too sensitive to sit there and rub, and I know like for some people it does get very, just very uncomfortable to do, so. Okay. And see, this one's kind of really covered up, but this one you can still see. So I'm going to take some of my concealer. You don't really have to use any particular brand, just use whatever you have. And just use a kind of a concealer brush. And get some on there. Just pat it on. Kind of with the same technique you would do for your face. Just pat it on one side and smooth it off on the other. And sometimes your fingers are a really good tool as long as they're very, very clean. Just remember that. Okay. Now, I'm not going to use a brush for this. I'm just going to pat this on with, I'm just kind of patting it on so it can get on there okay. because you really don't want to disturb the cover up or the foundation that you have over, because then it's really going to see. But just pat on, and then just take a brush and brush it. If you brush down, it's going to make it look more airbrushed. Same thing when you're applying your foundation, but if you're covering up acne, you really don't care. But you can always do your powder, make it less noticeable and more real. And see? You can kind of see the bumps, but you just can't see the redness. And that's pretty much it. All you just gotta do is remember not to touch your face so much, and do your treatments, whatever you do, to take it off, because I kind of use a facial mask at the end of the night. After I remove all my makeup and I wash my face really good before I get in the tub, I take a little bit of facial mask and I put it right on the problem, and I just leave it while it's, you know, soak in the tub. I normally could read a little bit in the tub or whatever, and by the time I get out I can rinse it off, and it's really going to help. I mean, if you do that like 3 times, you can do it twice a day, or you can do it once a day for 3 days. I kind of do it twice a day for 3 days sometimes, depending on how severe it is. And it really does help it go away faster. I don't pop it or anything, it just will go away faster. You can pop it if you want, but I kind of really wouldn't suggest that because it does leave scars. So hopefully this will help you to cover up or make your acne less noticeable. But remember, it's always important to take proper steps before doing your makeup, whether you have blemishes or not. It's always important. So, bye guys.